Yo, what's up guys? Trader Main here. So someone in the comments of my last video when we covered Inj and then the trade, which is now played out beautifully, over 10R from entry. I took half off, here and let 50% ride. I'll show the full position in advance here. Was taken in the Haven. Stop entry target, no hindsight BS. Regardless, the trade's gone phenomenally well, and someone asked for a trade review, so I think that's a good idea. So we'll talk about why I took the trade, and it's going to tie in perfectly with that video I did on internal to external range liquidity a couple videos ago. So if you haven't watched that one, I'll link it somewhere around here. Check that one out for sure. A lot of value in that video, and there'll be a lot of value in this quick review as well. So what we were looking at here on Inj was a very long consolidation. So everyone and their mother was talking about how they were trying to long Inj, and many of them were getting chopped up in all this noise. How do we identify high probability trades, right? Go watch that last video. I cover kind of the things you want to look for, but at a high level, right? I'm looking for my price swing. I'm looking for price to take out external range liquidity, form a price leg, target internal range liquidity, and then boom, find my entry, external range liquidity again. Using those very basic concepts from that last video, what do we have here? Messy consolidation. What are we waiting for? I'm waiting for a price leg to form here. So we have our H12 swing from this low all the way up to this high. We have our point of interest right here. Okay, price took out external range liquidity in these highs. Where'd it go next? Internal range liquidity. So if I pull my fib from this low to this high, we're in the discount. We're targeting a POI. You could also use this breaker here, or maybe it's a mitigation block, I guess. Doesn't make a fucking difference. It's the same zone. Took out the external range liquidity. Where do we target? We're bullish. It's a bullish range. We're now targeting the internal range liquidity within the discount of the price swing, and then we're targeting external range liquidity again. So once we have that mapped out on the 12-hour, why did this pullback give you the juice and some of these ones didn't, right? It's because all of those things are lining up here. We have a bullish range. We took out external buy-side liquidity. We're now targeting internal liquidity and then external again. So when we get down here, the probability of a setup forming down here and actually giving us our desired result is skewed in our favor. Now, of course, not everything works 100% of the time. There's going to be occasions where all of these things I talk about in that video and this video line up. You have the bullish range, you have the point of interest, you're in a discount, you're in the internal range liquidity after taking external. All of the stars are going to align and the trade still won't work. Welcome to life. Welcome to trading. Not everything fucking works, right? So that's going to be something that you're just going to have to come to terms with, right? A good trader, 40, 50%, phenomenal hit rate. If you're close to 60%, you're absolutely crushing it. No one is getting 100% of their trades right. No one is getting 90% of their trades right. And if anyone is pretending like they are, ask to see the evidence, because they're most likely bullshitting you. Again, one of those problems with social media is people only show their winners, right? They never show the losers. And so when you're following some big account and you're like, man, this person is in every single trade. All they do is make money. They never lose. Good chance that's a facade and it's not real. They're doing that to promote some sort of lifestyle. Maybe they're trying to sell you something. And listen, I have no issue with selling stuff. I have paid a paid group and things like that. But I also am straight up honest with you. Like, I get shit wrong all the time. Like, it's just part of the game. So all the stars are aligned here. Does it mean it's going to work 100% of the time? Of course not. But it increases the likelihood that the setups I then go search for on the lower time frame here are higher probability, because all of those things are ticked off on my checklist. We have the H12. Now, again, I've talked about this in the video. You can literally just bid the H12, stop below the swing low. You've got yourself a trade there. Or you can then go look on the lower time frames, right? So we have an H12 sweep into that zone. Okay, that's bullish. Go down to the H1. We actually have an H1 sweep here as well, and I actually took this trade based on the M5. So as you can see here, you could have taken it off the H12 sweep. There's your market structure break, right? Here's your breaker. So you could have entered right here, stop here. So entered here, your stop here, still. And then if you're taking this on the H12, I would have a much higher extended target. Like, I still think this goes to 40 plus, no problem. But I took this on an even lower time frame. But again, the H12 is lined up. the H1 is now lined up. So if I now go down to an even lower time frame, I'm just stacking the deck in my favor even more and even more. So I didn't take this on the H1. I actually went down even further. I said, okay, we have an H1 sweep here, H12 sweep, H1 sweep within our high time frame POI. Okay, so all of the stars again are aligning. So then when I go down to something like the 5 minute, which is what I executed this on, you get these crazy reactions. You get these runners and these trades that work out massively in your favor. So I literally took the trade based on the H5 setup here. So this is like an H1 M5, right? There's your breaker right there. Boom. Your MSB is right here. Okay. Once it broke market structure, I just bid down here, and you can see my entry, right? Could have been lower. I could have had it closer to here, but I'm just trusting that because of all the high time frame stuff I've lined up on the 12 hour, on the 1 hour, right, that my M5 sweep here should hold. So that's my invalidation, because if we lose this low, I think we're trading lower. That's the definition of your stop, your validation. Where's that trade idea wrong? And by waiting for that sweep and then that shift, I now have a very clear spot to put my risk, to put my entry, and you're comfy. So that's what I pulled trigger on. I took profit on 50% of the trade here. I'll show that as well. I think 50% I took at actually like a little over 2R. And then I said, I'm leaving the remainder on for a moon bag because, yes, this is an M5 entry, but it's based on H1 and H12 analysis. So I think I can swing this into these H1 highs and even into H12 highs. So I'm taking a little bit more off today because I'm up over 10R from my original entry. But this is exactly what I showed you guys in that video, right? Price leg, mark out your high and your low. Where's your 50%? Right? We've taken out some external range liquidity here. Ah, that's not an R. We're targeting a POI in the discount, internal range liquidity, right? And then we're targeting external again. That's right here. So that entire trade that I took all the way down on the 5 minute started with mapping this out on the 12 hour. And that was the entire point of that video. It's if you can get good at mapping that stuff out on the 12 hour, or the daily, or the weekly, or the hourly, whatever your high time frame is, all the trades that you try and take on the lower time frame, if that high time frame analysis is dialed in and you're taking it within that high time frame analysis order flow, you're going to increase your likelihood of catching trades like this, and your hit rate is going to go up. You're going to find more trades that run, right? So you're going to get better risk reward because these trades are going to be able to actually, go and become runners. And oftentimes you'll get these fucking bangers, and you do not need a lot of trades like these every single month. A couple of these a month, you can make a career. So hopefully this helped. That's just a quick little update here. Monday tomorrow, I know it's a holiday, but I'm still going to stream. So I'll talk to y'all then. Peace. If you're interested in this style of trading and having that shit identified for you, as you guys know, I do have an indicator. It'll mark all that out for you. At the highest level, it's extremely sophisticated with all the different stuff you can have it show for you. It can do order blocks, breakers, fair value gaps, SFPs. And really one of the most important things is it will actually mark out the market structure levels for you. We do have a free version as well. So if you just type in IMG, this is completely free. It will mark out your H12 market structure. You can see there's your high and your low. It'll mark out the fair value gaps, the order blocks, all that stuff for free. If you want more info, link in the description.